Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Francine here with my channel, The Hermetic Herald, for another celebrity tarot reading. So we're going to be doing a reading on Timothée Chalamet and on Kylie Jenner. What is going on with their relationship? Because we've been hearing a number of things in regards to them being on or being off. Like lately, a couple of news reports, specifically TMZ, has said that they are together and that it's not true. But I would like to touch base with them. This is like an extra card that I feel like needs to be addressed at the end. So we'll see what that's about. But let's see what Spirit has to say in regards to what the resolution and connection is between the two of them. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what is the resolution and connection? The first card for Timothée and for Kylie. Timothée and Kylie, what is the resolution and the connection between them? What is, okay, all right, okay, if this is not obvious enough, let's just look at that card. It's the Four of Swords. So usually when the Four of Swords comes out, that's about putting something to rest, something that needs reflection and contemplation. This is the resolution and connection. They basically are not together, okay? So if that is all you needed and you want to end the video, feel free. The answer is no, they are not together. They are either taking the time to think about what they want, each respective party, but when I see the Four of Swords for the resolution of this, it usually is saying that something has been cut or disconnected. They have disconnected from one another. So I'm feeling like that's pretty much the message here. Judgment is the card that's at the bottom of the deck. And what's the card here on the top? We have the King of Wands. This is usually a very powerful, very driven energy. This usually also can denote an arrangement in some way, like having fun with one another. That is what the energy of this relationship seems. It seems to be just them having fun. But if you guys want to see more, I will go into each side. I would like to see and touch base with Timothée Chalamet's wants, needs, personality traits, and such. Let's see what his wants, needs, personality traits, and such is. What are Timothée Chalamet's wants, needs, personality traits you'd like to address with us? What are Timothée Chalamet's wants, needs, and such? So we have three cards coming out. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, which tells me that this person is not, in a sense, stuck or hindered by their thoughts. They're pretty sure about what they want. So he seems pretty resolute, whatever this is. We have the Lovers coming out for his wants, needs, desires. Kind of, it's like the energy of just following your heart. Okay, this is of someone who's like, this is what I want, this feels good, let's go get it. You know, this is someone who's driven by love, by recognizing that it may not happen or last or whatever it may be, but the feelings, the connection is what matters most to that person. I don't sense a divide between them in the sense that, you know, sometimes it feels like he wants to bridge a gap here. So he saw like, okay, this person's talked about, I hear about them, but they're just a person. Let me get to know them. I'm interested in them. I think they're attractive. Let me get to know them. That's his energy coming through right now. The second card we have for him is the Page of Wands. That's like literally like an F-boy type energy. And I'm not trying to be like crude, but it feels like he was just kind of like, let's explore, let's look into this, let's find out. And the wands typically are indicative of like a relationship, like with like a friends with benefits type relationship, or someone who's interested in pursuing something and they're excited about it. Okay, last card is the Seven of Cups. So that's usually about all the choices, indecisiveness. It's about someone who has so many different things before them and they're not sure what to choose. So he seemed really open. He just seemed like he was like, okay, let's just see where this takes us and let's go with it. You know, so that's pretty straightforward. I don't think there's much else to say. He wasn't really interested in a relationship because I'm seeing the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Two of Cups, and the Death. So let's see what Kylie Jenner's perspective is. What's her wants, needs, and desires here? What are Kylie Jenner's wants, needs, and desires? What are Kylie Jenner's wants, needs, and desires? She wants a lot of things. What are Kylie Jenner's wants, needs, and desires here? Okay. Wow, why do I feel like there's more? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. What are Kylie Jenner's wants, needs, and desires? Kylie Jenner's. Yeah, okay. So let's just collect ourselves because this is a lot to go into. So we have the Queen of Wands come out in reverse. And what's interesting, let me just try that again. What happens here? We still have the Queen of Wands. So the energy of the Queen of Wands is usually independence. This is about someone who wants to stand their ground, someone who doesn't need another person necessarily to bring about something that they're willing to do it themselves. What's interesting is that we had the King of Wands come out and the Queen of Wands. So they're both in their power, both in their energy, both know what they want. They want mostly to just explore. It feels like a very explorative energy, but also a very like independent and strong-willed energy coming in. So what else does Kylie have? Three of Pentacles. This is about friendship. This is about a partnership, a camaraderie of some sort, of coming together and of recognizing, hey, you want this, I want this. There may have even been an agreement for a specific set period of time, like, hey, and it might have been something that she had initiated, like, let's spend this amount of time together, let's get to know each other and see what happens. And they decided and agreed on it because it feels like a contract almost. And it feels like they were just like, hey, we're just going to be our own people. We're going to be very independent because, again, we have the Nine of Pentacles coming through. This is someone who already has their bounty, and they both are very well off. I mean, especially Kylie. So I'm not surprised that this came out for her. She's a very independent, very, like, flourishing person. I feel like that's just saying, like, hey, I'm independent. Let's just work together. Let's just make this thing work. Get to know each other, not make it work and force it, but it's just like, let's just see what happens here. We also have the Nine of Swords, her wants and needs, as well as the Five of Cups. So what's interesting is that these cards denote like a lot of indecision and doubt or sadness, because the Nine of Swords is usually about something that keeps you up at night. It feels like she was dealing with this energy, and that's why she didn't want to get into something. I feel like she's independent, but she's open, and I feel as though she's dealing with her own set of complaints. It feels like someone's complaining to her and she has to hear it. Someone's nagging her. Someone's trying to get her to move on, potentially, and that's why she's deciding to agree to something like this. But there's a lot of sadness here, okay? So I'm feeling as though she had a loss and she was still dealing with that loss. She was still healing that loss. And you guys definitely in the comments can tell me who that loss or what that loss entails if you know what's going on. But she seems to have dealt with that, and she's trying to remain independent and focus on her coin, focus on her initiative, her goals. And it was like they were two peas in a pod, it felt like. So that's what I have for you guys. Definitely let me know what you see in the cards as well. But this is what I have for you guys today. Definitely check out my link in the description box below for personal readings that I do for all of the collective, and the collective readings I also do on my channel, The Hermetic Herald. But until then, stay tuned and I'll see you soon. Bye.